Welcome, friends. Stop laughing at me for the love of Mike. I mean, you're supposed to be laughing at me sometimes, but now they don't even know why.
You're just assuming that everyone is your friend. It's a very Jay-like thing to do.
What you want me to start out with? We can use the Latin pronunciation. Welcome, asweepes. You want to do that? Is that what you want? Is that no? I'm going with welcome, friends, because I figured somewhere. Actually, I think it was from a movie, but somewhere along the way, I had heard the idea that you can approach everybody in the world like like they're your friend, or that nobody's your friend. I just figure, I'm going to start from a better spot.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to be a better human. I really am. And that's not like my usual just, messing around, bullshit. I'm actually trying to be a better human in some form or fashion.
Every day you should.
Well, I try. I don't succeed. I don't succeed all the time. Very, probably more.
Yeah.
I probably fail more often than not. But doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. Plus,
Don't want
I got stuff coming up. I got stuff coming up. I'm trying to keep myself in a good place.
you are going to be in a great place.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
So let's do that first. Dear, our dear friend listeners out there. Okay. And to mute for a second, get that out of my gut. Um, I'm playing hurt today a little bit. I got a little bit of a stuffy thing and a little bit of a throat. That I'm at the tail end of it. I'm clearing it out, and it's just still making its way out. It's a little bit of hacking and wheezing, exiting the system. So there might be a few mutes and a few little herky jerkies in the vocals. Number one.
Thanks for the warning.
Well, just for because. Second, we will be the Wheels and Shaky podcast, unless Wheels decides she wants to do one of these on her own. The Wheels and Shaky podcast will be on hiatus for about 2.5, I would say 2.5 weeks ish. 2.5, maybe 3. Depends on things. As I will be with Mrs. Shaky out of the country. Are you there? Are you moving? Okay. I thought you were.
I am here. I'm awake. I'm alert. I'm waiting for
No,
a grand announcement.
No, I just thought maybe you. I thought it looked like you locked up there for a minute. Well, no, I'm just saying we're going to be out of the country. I'm not going to get into. People don't need to know where I am. I don't want weird weird rando fandos showing up in
It's
the
it's random island half the world
some
away.
beach
just
resort
because.
on the other side of the planet just to come
Yeah.
and see the fabulousness that is half of the Wheels and Shaky podcast. So
at least you don't claim to be the whole fabulousness, so.
Oh no, of course not. I leave that up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So
you'll be lounging on a beach somewhere.
We will be lounging. We'll be doing some beach lounging. We'll be. I'm strapping the old air tank on the back and hitting the water again. We'll see how that goes. After the last time we did this, I came back with some shaky symptoms that were a little bit more exacerbated. So if that happens again, then we'll have to make a few life decisions. But I mean, I'm not anticipating that being a thing. And we're going to be sitting, I'll give you the big hint. We're going to be sitting at or near the international date line. So, therefore, I'm going to jump between Monday and Tuesday, or I'm going to just be jumping and forth between Mondays and Tuesdays or Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. So yeah, this will be cool. And
it's going to be unbelievable for you.
I hope so. I hope so. Of course, it's the whole thing of Mrs. Shaky and I being that far away at the same time. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this. I mean, I've been that far away on my own. She's been that far away on her own. Like I've been to the Maldives, been to Indonesia. She's been to the Philippines. She's been, this has happened.
Keep the bragging. Come on.
No. Well, look, everybody. I think I've mentioned before that I'm a dive. I scuba dive.
I understand.
I go to the places where the diving is really good. So,
which is not Illinois,
nor Delaware, apparently, and and yet the ocean's right over there. But no, it is not Delaware even. So we will be gone for so we will be taking a break. We will be taking a show hiatus. And we'll be back in like 3 weeks ish. So that is that. Um,
So the experiment will be again how your Parkinson's symptoms um,
yes.
recuperate. I guess was the issue with the
Yes.
last trip. It was is more about coming back and then.
They just were. They seemed like they were exacerbated after I got back. Um, but I think they were kind of heading in that direction before I left. So I don't want to make a full assumption. And I've also started this new med, which I was not on before. The Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
So that may have an effect. That may help this in some form or fashion as well.
Right. There's not always a causal relationship that you've got to think.
Right. It's like
I do that way too often.
it
I
would
think so
it would
much.
yeah, it would be like if I was pregnant and taking Tylenol. Um,
Don't do that.
yeah. What
It's
don't?
bad.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm told. That's what I'm told by people who have
Yeah.
no concept of what they're saying. But okay,
Yeah.
fine.
I just know that I have a tendency to blame everything on my MS.
Right.
Coming to find out that
You have other stuff too.
other stuff is going on.
You're broken in other fashion.
Yes,
In other
exactly.
fashions, yes.
MS does not cause,
Heart problem.
my heart problems. There are some links between um, some illnesses and
Right.
obviously being wheelchair bound is going to cause some circulation issues, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But my allergy issues not related to my
Not
MS,
really MS,
oddly
as it
enough.
turns out. No, no. As it turns out, that's not the case.
No.
My lack of I don't remember where I was going with this, and which I completely blame on Parkinson's. I forget things in the middle of stuff. My sleeping issues. I don't know if that's a Parkinson's problem or maybe my sleeping issues are causing all these other
No,
problems.
it is.
But yes, but yeah, it's the same thing. I have the same thing. I have a tendency to go, boy, I wonder if that's a Parkinson's thing, or maybe it's a no, you're tired thing, or maybe it's a no, you're an idiot thing, or maybe it's a no, you're an you have allergies are worse in Delaware than they were in Northern Illinois, which is true. That's the thing. It could be a number of things. I had the sort of the hernia. I had the hernia thing fixed a while ago, and I still seem to be having like weird pains around some of that sometimes. Yeah, and it's like Parkinson's? No, just hernia. So.
But do you know what Parkinson's and MS do both cause? The inability to open things efficiently.
Oh, you mean like the way that we're dragging out the opening of the show?
And why I'm trying to prod you into getting into the topic.
I was headed there. I was. Well, okay, so welcome to episode 13. After all that clerical type stuff, welcome to episode 13, and this episode we're calling it "Opening Up." We're going to open up. We're going to open ourselves up to you. We're going to open up this jar of pickles for somebody else. We're going to open the devilish Ziploc bag that they put grapes in.
We'll get there.
And
so we're not going to get to know your ugly truths when you're opening up?
I'm pretty open as it is. I'm not really hiding much.
That's true.
There's a few secrets here and there that I'll just keep to myself for the mostly because of the protection of others. These are not things I can put out there that about me that aren't going to take other people with me.
So we'll stick to the physically opening up,
right,
of containers and the banes of our existence yet again.
Well, okay,
they're trying to keep us out of things. How dare they?
Well, there's the basic stuff that everybody runs across. Mom used to, mom would come up to me, hey, can you open this? And, in a really, really tight, like I said, pickle jar.
Why do we always go back to the pickle jar? Everyone has nightmares about pickle jars.
I don't know. I mean, it could be, the pickle jar. What's crazy? The salsa jars.
The jelly jar. Ugh.
Well. So and then Mrs. Shaky, of course, used to ask me for years, can you open this? Can you open this? And it'd be, and everybody's got a trick, run it under hot water. It's like the jelly jar. The jelly jar, if it was already open and then somebody closed it again, but then that you run under hot water because it loosens up the sugar. The sugar sticks in there, and there's physics to that. I understand.
Right.
or and then you get like my mother used to beat it with the like
With the
she
knife, with the end of the butter knife. Yep.
yeah with the back end of the butter knife. She used to do that. Now I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, trying to get this lid off. Give it to me. Well, I loosened it for you with the knife. Okay,
But
sure.
see, that's not going to help us anymore.
You know what does help now?
What?
And I got a thing. It was, and since you still live close by, you can wheel yourself over to Menards and pick one up in their
Mm,
little kitchen section. I miss Menards. Oh, I wish they'd build one here.
the smell of
Um,
Menards. Ugh.
just not just that, but just Menards in general. I love Menards. Um, they have a there's a thing. It's a I should go get it and bring it in here to show people. But it's a handle thing about 8-9 inches long, and it's round on the top end. And there's three different size
I was
circles in there.
getting there. That was going to be a recommended item.
Okay. Well, that's so there's that.
Uh-huh.
There's remember they used to have the grip one, just
Mm-hmm.
the grippy deals, so you could
The
just get a bunch of grip on it.
plastic.
Plastic,
Right.
like it was like a rubber.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a rubber floor mat, like a piece of a rubber floor mat or something.
Right.
And then of course you always get the sound. You know.
Any excuse to make this on. No, those rubber grips are great promotional items. I would have like 5 or 6 in my drawer
Sure.
from all sorts of different places, especially when I did childcare.
Right.
When I did daycare, I mean, everyone used those
Yep.
and
And
put their
people
logos on them.
and then you put them in there. You put your logos in. You put them. You hide. You stash them in one place in your kitchen, and then somebody else comes over to your house, and they're doing something in there. And what are they doing? They're digging around through your drawers, and that's a little
Mm-hmm.
that's always awkward for me.
I
Um,
wasn't saying a word.
thank you very much. So,
We had
but
one that was in the shape of a bear that was everyone's favorite.
oh, that's cool.
Everyone loved because otherwise they're just circles. But
Well,
this one was the shape of a little bear, teddy bear, and the
yeah,
kids went for it every time.
but there's another aspect of this too now,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, at that point it's still strength. Now I haven't had much of a strength drop off. I've had some, but more of that's been mostly. I think that's more based on just me not going to the gym as much as I need to, and I do need to go more. So
Exercise your fingers, you can do from your recliner.
I can still get more. Um, I can still get the grip strength and all that, and the just like the forearm that it takes to
Mm-hmm.
crack something open. For me, it's the motor skills.
Right.
It's the it isn't grip strength. It's um, so we talked about this we in our sort of pre-show conversations or little pre-pod conversations we've had. You mentioned I told you I said the bane of my existence right now is Ziploc bags. These kinds, the old school. I don't know if you can see the old school
The
Ziploc bag.
seal.
Yeah, the seal in these things. I mean, first of all, sometimes getting them to seal is a pain, but getting in there to split them open, to getting in there to
Mm-hmm.
open it again. And so you said, well, that's easy. That's an easy fix. You get the thing. You get the zipper. You
The
get
Ziploc
the
slider
Ziploc
bags.
slider flags.
Those
Right.
are those are another recommended tool. They're
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I used to use those even when I lived with you guys when my the motor strength and the grip strength because I had 2 hands to be able to operate a Ziploc bag. You have to hold it with both, and
Uh-huh.
my left hand doesn't work. So to have to do that seal takes forever.
Right. So that's
So
not
the
a
slider
problem.
bag, you go whoop.
Sealing it for me is not trouble. Isn't really a problem. Where I run into trouble is when I got to open this again, is because I can't get. And I'm trying to do for
It
those of you
takes
who are
two
listening.
hands.
For those of you that are listening and not watching on YouTube, you can see you can hear the struggle and see where I'm trying to get this. Uh, but and look, like this bag, this bag has been sitting on my desk forever, and I don't know why. It just happened to be here and a very well timed.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it was some. I think sometimes I put little office supply parts and like little junk in there. Then I just
So I carry my grapes and my carrots around with me. Remember my carrots?
yes, absolutely.
I have bags of carrots everywhere.
And the carrots have that same stupid thing now that you say that a lot
Mm-hmm.
of like the bigger bags, and it's or notice dog treats. These dog treats that we get for
Mm-hmm.
Dottie. It's in those. So once you kind of rip that top seal off,
Right.
and then if it's too close to the Ziploc itself,
Mm-hmm.
trying to open that is it. You might I might it would just be as easy for me to do it with like a crowbar, with like a 4-foot crowbar, than it would be for me to do it with my fingers because I can't get, because this is, again, the shake is brutal and just,
Mm-hmm.
you can't do it.
Yeah, it takes two
Maddening.
solid, strong hands,
stable,
non-shaking for you,
non-shaking.
non-weak for me.
Yeah,
What I've tended to do is, I carry little small safety scissors around with me so I can open the top of a bag. You know, the resealable bags where you have to cut off the top of them
right.
or rip it off? Okay. So that will open them. So once I open them, I then dump them into my little slider Ziploc bag so
Yeah,
that I don't have to deal with the bags that but that, I mean, it costs a fortune because being disabled is expensive. We'll get into that more and more.
that's the whole thing. Yeah, never
I
mind. Yeah,
basically open every bag and throw it in these slider sealable bags, which make my life a little bit easier. But
yeah.
that means every time I buy something, I then have to open it and put it in a new
Put it in a
bag.
bag and do all that. That's a
Mhm.
pain. Now
But
we have found I have found a couple of grapes bags. Allison has come home from the store with a couple of bags of grapes lately that actually have a slider on them, which is nice. Which is nice.
it
But
is.
deli meat, sliced deli meat. And not only sometimes so the actually 50-50 on the sliced deli meat. The sliced deli meat, depending on the store she goes to, will have the bags with the zipper, the
Mhm.
Ziploc handle thing on it. But what the deli meats do, and I know why they do it. I get it. It's like a freshness thing.
Oh, I
So
see. Okay.
they take they put the meat inside the bag. They fold the bag over, close Ziploc it, but then they put a sticker
Right, the
on top of
sticker.
it. They put that sticker on like it's the zip tie thing on the back of a semi truck to make some nobody's gone in there somewhere halfway, somewhere along the delivery way. They do the same thing with this. So the problem is that then when you take the zip, you crack that sticker off of it.
Mhm.
The sticker gets in the way of the slider thing. Now you're
It
fighting
does.
that. Now you're fighting that, and that's a whole nother. That's another nightmare created by somebody else. That's just like, can we not do this?
You will be putting it into the slider bag soon. Do you remember when I lived with you guys, the other thing that my kids still
I don't know.
terrorize me to this day is the twist tie on a bag of bread.
The tie ties,
Yeah, the tie dyes. Remember, that's all I could tell them because I would always collect the plastic.
the
Um,
little the tabs.
yeah, the other
Right,
kind of ways that you
right.
would seal a bread bag. I
I
collect those because I would always take the the twist tie off because you can
right.
never figure out, do you turn them right, do you turn them left? How do you open those things? And
Okay.
to do it one-handed, impossible.
Here's the solution to that. Right. As soon as you get that open, you take the bag, give it the big twist, and then tuck the thing under the thing, set it on top of there. It's fine.
You know what?
Don't need it. Don't need either one.
You still can't do it effectively with the one hand.
Well, that's
And
true.
that's why the
That part's true.
the plastic tie you can get on and off with one hand.
With my even with my fine motor skill difficulties that I'm having, I can still give that thing give it the old twist there and really give it a good give it a really good spin. Give it the old wheel of fortune.
Here's the difference though, dude. You still have strength in your arm.
Well, yeah.
I don't. That's the difference between our
Well,
maladies.
I'm 3 years into this. I'm 3 or 4 years into this. You're 23 years into this.
Hasn't been that long, but you do remember some of this
Yeah,
when I was with you guys.
sure. Hey, open this. I
Having two
remember.
good
Hey, can you
hands
open this for
helps
me?
getting in and out of things mightily.
Sure.
That's
I mean,
why it's amazing how many different ways. Think about that, everyone. As you go through the day, as you open or get into something, a drink, a bag, whatever, think about what it takes to get into it.
yep.
And you'll understand the nightmare. And my kids have taken it to no one hands me anything unless it's open. Be it a water bottle cap, which there's infinite numbers of ways to get into water bottles these days. Or, if I request a snack, they have to make sure that it's open before they hand it to me.
Yep.
It's just a given in my household. It's the nicest thing you can do. I'm trying to think, Matthew did that for me last night. Oh, you know what he did for me this morning? This is another thing, getting in and out of I use wipes in the bathroom. And as soon as he went in there to help me, first thing he did is he opened it up and grabbed me like 3 or 4 of them out. Because he knew I'd spent 20 minutes wrestling getting those not only out of the bag,
But out
but
of the
then
bag, but out of the
unfastened from each other.
yeah.
I
That's a
flap him
whole
in the
other
ear
deal.
trying to get,
I, I
something to turn
remember. Yeah, I
loose.
remember seeing you do that.
Yeah.
I've seen you.
So I mean the sweetest thing in the world, and he did it without me saying a word. That's the
Well,
first time anyone
first
had done
off,
that for me.
he's a good boy. He's a good kid.
He's a great guy. I mean, but
He's a
my
good
kids
kid.
are getting better. It's just, you know, think of it. If I say, "Can you
Better than
give me
what?
something?" They'll get it for me literally and hand it to me.
Yeah.
And then I'm stuck there trying to open it, you know?
See,
And
see now this is probably why you're better off living with your kids than with us at this point, because there are certain things I would hand you that was not open, and then I would just stand there and watch you. How you doing with that?
yeah.
It's something especially, boy, if it's like something you're really jonesing for, like a sealed bag of skinny pop.
Ooh, that'd be
Could you open this for me? No, no, take a shot at it.
nah, scissors. That's where my baby safety scissors come into hand.
Yeah.
Those things are fantastic. If I
Where's
could,
your scissors at?
I'd wear them around my neck on like a chain, like those old eyeglasses chains.
Yeah.
If I could, I'd wear my scissors right there. Can
Why
you
couldn't you?
imagine how many looks I'd get?
Why?
I think I'm an old school rapper with this big old pair of scissors hanging
Yeah.
around my neck.
What's your name? Who's that lady? That's MC Scissors. That's MC Safety Scissors. She's the newest. She's the hottest white grandmother rapper on the scene.
And mine
Yeah.
have a little pink handle. I mean, they're only about what, 6 inches long, not even.
I don't think they're even that.
Yeah. But they will open anything like that. I mean, they're not pointed, obviously,
Right.
they're
No, of
safety
course, no. They're
scissors,
the
but
safety scissors, but
they
I
give you
just
a skinny pop. I'm telling you,
yeah. But then the skinny pop. Oh boy.
because I
Oh
love it.
boy. The skinny pop.
Which I can't eat as much of anymore because it makes me choke. But yeah,
Hmm.
this last little exacerbation
Well,
has
then
been,
that's because then the next deal. I told you the next deal is that we're going to have to start baby bird and everything for you. For you, it's going to
uh,
be we'll just
but I'm not giving it my skinny pop.
chew it up
I'll
and spit it
suck
in your
on
mouth.
it. I will suck on it until I have to. I love my skinny pop.
Yeah, well, the skinny pop's sitting in the other room smiling about that. Um, the,
But as I was researching this episode, and this would be a nice wrap, I think I sent you a list. All of the different kinds of lids and caps because they have names for them,
yep.
that there are out there. And it is amazing because they're always thinking of new names for these lids.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Well, they're always
You
being
know,
recreated and reinvented.
it's
And
a
I
lid.
get that marketing has a whole industry designed for this. But there's people out there that have to navigate this obstacle course.
Right. And that part I get. Look, if you're going to make something easy access, here's an easy access lid for, for those of you out there that struggle with, you know, here's our quick pop top lid and our pull tab, blah, 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 blah. And this, all that. I get it. And my only thing is that in this goes off into a different direction of why the names for them.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves to come up with a new name or come up with a new word or come up with a new something. Ooh, everybody wants to coin a phrase or coin a name because they think it's cool. And at some point or another, it's like, shut up, it's a lid. You know, I
Or
mean,
is
if
it the
it's some,
cap?
well, no, a cap is something I'm wearing on my head. So like which is funny because they have a store called Lids that sells caps.
Caps. I never thought of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to what are they going to do? Are they going to start here? Hey, take the hat off of that. Take the hat off of that jar over there. You open up you look at the jar, and the jar's wearing like an actual like a baseball cap or something. It'd be hey, look that jar that jar of ragu has a newsboy cap on it. No, it's a lid. It's a lid. Just
Yeah.
call it what it is. Bottles have caps, jars have lids, pots have lids.
Heads have caps.
Hats have, heads have caps. Caps, hats. I mean, look, I'm not putting
Have,
a hat. I'm not putting a hat on a jar.
have I
Uh,
mentioned how silly English is?
yes, do you want to have that conversation? That's an episode that has nothing to do with us, with MS or Parkinson's or anything else for that matter. But yes, I would. We could do 5 episodes on the stupidity of the English language.
I've done many a class on that when I taught middle school English.
Well, and just go
And
watch.
every tutoring session, I always begin, "I'm sorry,"
Mhm.
before I begin.
Go
Because I will
watch.
say there's an exception to a rule,
Yep.
and every rule has an exception in English. So,
Go watch the Nate Bargatze episodes of Saturday Night Live and the Washington the General
mhm.
Washington bits, which which is funny because he was on Rich Eisen's podcast talk. He's like, when we did the read through for that, it didn't go over very well. Well, it wasn't that funny.
It did. Oh God, I would have
Well,
been laughing the whole
well,
time.
just through the read through. But then when they were going to bump it. They were going to take they put they in the so then they do like a dress rehearsal that
Mm,
Saturday afternoon, and at dress rehearsal it actually did really well. So they put it back up they put it back up near the top of the show.
yeah.
Um, because like I mean I don't know about you, but I don't know about you. I'm assuming the rest of the free world does this, but as soon as Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live is over, I'm pretty much checking out. If you're doing a if you're in a sketch, if you're like relegated to sketches that are after Weekend Update, I've never seen you. It's just that's where all the dead sketches go. Um,
Caps and
and yeah,
lids and
caps, lids, tops, seals.
yeah.
Not those seals. Not those. Because that's what'll happen. Next thing you know, it's gonna be, hey, could you take the off of that jar?
Oh my God,
That's what's
Nancy,
gonna
knock
happen.
it off. I almost said it.
And
Knock
then,
it
well,
off.
and then you get the, well, and then just because it's in here, and you first of all, I'm gonna make a correction to the note. It's not avocado.
It is
No, it's not.
avocado.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not the green. It's yellow. It's the old school
Oh,
yellow.
I thought
So,
it was green.
oh no, it's yellow. It's the old school yellow one.
You would know.
So,
You've had it for how many years?
yeah, I know. And my Mrs. Shaky keeps trying to stash it somewhere. Like I'm gonna.
She'll succeed one day.
No, she won't. Maybe. Look, you know what's gonna happen? The Parkinson screws up my memory just enough that I'm gonna forget that we have it. Yeah, maybe. So,
Okay, listeners do not
okay,
understand what we're
let,
talking about.
let's step back to the beginning. Okay, so a couple things happened when I first moved out. When I first moved out of my parents' house and had my own place. My actually, and I was moving out of the state. This was when it was really. I was moving from Illinois to Cincinnati, Ohio. I lived in Cincinnati, Ohio for 10 months. It was like a punishment. It was brutal. You, I will drive. I will now drive through Cincinnati, Ohio, but I will not stop.
Don't roll your windows down.
It is. It's awful. I'm sorry. Visually, visually, it's a very beautiful city to
Yeah.
drive through. Drive through downtown
Mhm.
Cincinnati, cross over Ohio River into Kentucky, uh, Covington, and Covington, Kentucky. That's what I was trying to think of. And down this hills and the city and the cityscape and everything. It's very nice. And then back up and out. Great. Just enjoy the view. Don't stop, because if you stop, you get sucked into eating bad chili and just dealing with ridiculous people. Don't do
Get
it. It's awful.
knocked at chili.
Right. So, but the thing is, so I was going to go be living by myself, and I needed, it was like my first time, my first apartment, my first thing. I needed some stuff, and my parents didn't have a ton of money. I didn't expect them to like outfit me with everything, and for me, this was a new job. I didn't have a bunch of dough either. So, so they went to, like, the all my silverware came from the Goodwill good not the Goodwill. What was it? Not Goodwill. What's the other place?
Salvation Army?
Salvation Army. Thank you. All came from the Salvation Army store, and like in Rockford, Illinois. None of it matched. It was the whole thing. Plates, cups, all just completely outfitted with stuff from
Yeah, of
the
course.
Salvation Army, and then I got the hand me down can opener, the Sunbeam, old school Sunbeam can opener with the knife sharpeners on the back, where you hit it and
Yep.
run your knife through there, and it sounds like
The
it
sound. Oh,
that sound of, I couldn't even tell you it
um.
sounds like you're grinding, like you're grinding steel in a steel mill. It's brutal.
Oh, that was awesome.
And this thing's a classic. And I got it, and it still works. Mrs. Shaky hates it, wants it gone. She calls it an eyesore. I think it is a piece of art. I
How
think it's
old is
a
it?
conversation piece. Oh, it's probably 50 years old. Probably as old as I am. Probably as old or older than I am. And the story was, see, now the story behind this, although I don't know if this is really true, is that one of my great uncles used to work for Sunbeam. and that this can opener, as well as a few other items that have been passed around my family, kind of, quote unquote, fell off the back of the truck. Oops. Oh, gee, I'll take that. I'll have to take that one home with me.
Oh yeah.
So I might not only am I sitting on this, this Sunbeam can opener, which is awesome. Matter of fact, see, I got to go look. See, now I'm wondering. I'm trying to think if I saw when I saw it last, because if she put it back in the cabinet, I got to go find it. Um,
She succeeded.
no, it's still here. Because you look, if she actually, because look, her hiding it is one thing. If she were to actually take that thing and throw it out, like put it in a garbage can and it's gone forever, that's grounds for divorce. That is absolutely grounds for divorce. She knows better.
Yeah. She would
Um,
never do that to
well,
you.
no, I don't think she would either.
She just
But
wants it off her counter
yeah,
space
she wants it off the counter space, exactly. But I
because
don't,
it's
because
it's
it's she calls it an eyesore. I call it a conversation piece.
it's an antique. That's why I was asking
Well,
the
yes,
age.
yes, that's a classic, that's for sure. Um, and I still use it; it still works. So,
See, that's another thing is I can no longer use that because what? It takes two hands
oh
because you
yeah,
have to shove it up in there and lock it and then push the handle down and hold it. So another thing, and then I'll get into a couple of other tools they suggested. Occupational therapy is great for suggesting tools to use for, in your ADL, your activities of daily living, which would be the thing you were explaining, the
yep,
handheld 3-ring, because
yep.
it fits different
Leverage.
sized jars.
Yep.
But then again, you'd still have to have the strength. Or two
Well,
hands, you have to hold
having
the
right, you
thing
have the two
and twist
hands.
it.
Yeah, you have to have two
Um,
hands, but the extra leverage helps you compensate for the lack of strength.
what they do offer, you see it all over the place, and I've played with it, is the electric opener.
Seen
It
that?
sits actually on top of a jar.
Yep.
You push a button and it opens it.
Does it work?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Does it?
I
Okay.
don't own one because I have 4 children. And my 4 children are my electric bottle openers. But if I do need one, no, I've played with
Right.
them in my occupational therapy sessions,
Got it.
and they're fantastic. I mean, they're battery operated. You don't even have to worry about the weight because they sit on top of whatever it is you're trying to open. So it's not necessarily um, a need, but I mean, they're online, they're inexpensive. So far, that's the best thing I've seen created.
Here's a question.
Hmm.
This guy here.
Oh,
Do you?
ugh,
I mean, how often?
they are
How often do you put it back to this? Back,
okay. No one, if people are not watching, they can't see
right.
that.
So this is the medicine bottle,
The prescription bottle.
plastic prescriptions bottles, and I think for some people they don't know that you can do this.
The
So
inverted childproof cap. Yeah.
yeah, you take that
When I
cap. And put it
realized
back.
that, I was the happiest person.
Yep, that's awesome.
But you still have to keep them out of reach of children.
Well, yeah, that's true, and
I mean, they were created because our country needed them. It was becoming an epidemic that, children were getting into prescription bottles. But you know what I do? I put them in a place that my children would never be able to reach them. Which I know is difficult to find sometimes because children can get into almost any place. But that's
you.
my childproofing
I know where you
is
keep. I know where you keep yours. I know where you
okay.
keep all those. It's not childproof.
Mine is childproof at the moment. I live with a child. My
It's got a
grandson lives
lock
with
on it.
me. It could, but it's way out of his reach,
Oh yeah, I guess you do after you put it, because I know, because you keep it in that box.
which is on a way, way super high
That's right.
shelf.
Yeah, I forgot. I always remembered it being on the lower shelf. When
No,
you were
so
living with us,
yeah,
when
he'd
you were
have
living with
to
us, it was on the lower shelf, but we didn't have a child that you had to worry about.
exactly. So I
You know
can
what I mean?
I can
To me, it was
unchildproof
yeah.
them
Yeah.
because I've had the childproof lid, and there's no way that I can hold it, push that piece down, and twist at the same time.
Okay.
So it's Amy
Right.
proof, which is a good thing.
It's also Amy proof.
Yeah. So now I just invert the lid,
Wheels.
which
It's wheels proof.
you know what? I can't even remember when I figured out I could invert that lid. I accidentally found out about it.
Somebody pointed it out to me, and I think I was in my 30s, and
Well,
I
it
and I,
didn't.
and I didn't have a bunch of, and I wasn't really on a lot of pills at that point yet. I wasn't on any
Yeah.
pills. I didn't have regular medication until probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Welcome to the club.
And that wasn't even for Parkinson's. That was for because I'm getting up to pee 4 times a night.
That's true.
Yeah,
I do
well,
remember that. But
yeah,
these,
that's
I
like
mean, it's fantastic.
people ask me why I walk funny is because I have a prostate the size of a cantaloupe.
Oh,
Um,
stop.
yeah, so it's hard to it gets uncomfortable after a while. So
Nice. No, so that was like
it's like how could
that.
hey boy he walks real bow legged. Yeah, well his prostate's the size of a cantaloupe. You got to walk around that thing. It's not a
The
rub.
images in my head right now. Go away. Go away.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
no, but stop it. So the childproof cap. I mean, that was. I actually had to do some research on this. I think I figured out it was invented by like a doctor in the early 70s because it seemed like they just kind of sprouted up. But I will say, it's not only a childproof cap on the prescription bottles. It's a childproof cap on one of my medicine bottles. Um, I think it's a vitamin bottle I take. I can't get into
oh, you mean so
on
like
just on a regular bottle,
push
like a
down?
bottle of Tylenol. Yes, my Tylenol,
Oh,
like
yes. Well,
I
yeah,
shouldn't. It sounds like I shouldn't get into it, even though I'm not pregnant.
yeah.
But my Tylenol bottle is so difficult for me to get into.
Oh yeah. Oh the well, and that, do you remember? Yeah, the one. Do you remember the ones where they had the you had to line up the arrows and then like hit it with both of your thumbs and it would go,
Uh,
you get the same and it would pop off
yeah,
like that. Those were brutal and stupid. And then you get
yeah.
the Aleve bottles where it's like the
Mm-hmm.
tabs on each side, push the tabs on each side. These are
But you have to figure.
these are
That's the thing.
nightmares for us.
There's so many different ways that you almost have to investigate it ahead of time to figure out which technique do I need to employ to try and get into this little tiny bottle.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And every bottle is a new experiment.
It's a new adventure.
I mean, I could have 5 bottles sitting on my table, and I guarantee you there's 5 different ways to get into my bottle of water, a medicine bottle, my lotion, my whatever it is. It's just constant.
Where do you keep your lotion?
Don't even. Don't even.
Keep it in the basket. I know. I know you hate that. It's just
I know it's
you're the only person I know that can't stand that movie. That just thinks that movie's terrible. You have no, I mean, look, I understand why. I understand why. I understand where your hatred from it, stems from and
yeah.
everything. But come on. I mean, put the lotion in the basket. You can't if you can't laugh at that, especially like in
Uh,
this situation. Put the lotion in the basket. Put it in the fucking. I don't want to. I don't. I don't want to. Put it in the basket.
yeah.
It puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. I mean,
No,
come
thank
on.
you.
That's
God, you give me goosebumps.
that's fantastic. Absolutely. I mean, one of the greatest movies ever made.
So, almost in conclusion, because we're running out of
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
but
we're
just to say that the daily navigation of trying to open up something as simple as something to eat or something to drink on your own, because I
right,
know in my situation I want to stay independent as long as possible.
right.
So I do try and do it. So my go-tos are my little safety scissors, if I can't ask anyone.
Yep.
Um,
Load the pills up
we
for the week.
definitely like the slider Ziploc bags,
Yep.
which
The
are
other
fantastic.
and then like this is my new deal now. Well, now I can't get these to come out. Usually they pop out all the time when I don't want them to.
What are you
Yeah,
working
nothing.
on?
So these dealies here, and then I can like
Your pill bottles.
yeah, but this one normally doesn't argue with me, and yeah, like this. So they come out like independently too.
Right.
So and normally they pop out when I don't want them
Look at the bottom. Yeah. Yeah.
to. But yeah, because I have to. What I'm finding is I really have to get in the habit of taking those, like taking that out, like taking one of those out and just put it in my pocket for the day because I can't tell you how many times I've been like, oh hell, we just went out and I forgot my pills.
Oh yeah, I do that with I've got my little round circular pill containers. Yeah, I mean that's a whole other episode. Pill containers, oh, what a nightmare.
Well,
Those
yeah,
I've tried many different types of also.
pill containers and this and for me, my nightmare. This could even be like the episode we do when we get back, and then we'll wrap up. Is going to be scheduling, like medicine scheduling. So because the pill,
Absolutely. I'll put it on the list.
put it on those the pills that I'm on. should be are supposed to be taken on an empty stomach. But while they're supposed to be taken on an empty stomach, I'm also doing I'm still kind of doing the fat guy shot thing because I'm trying to lose the weight. And those they tell you they tell you to eat, instead of eating 3 big meals a day, eat like 5 small meals a day. You know, um, but if I'm eating 5 small meals, I don't really have an empty stomach, and then I miss my window on taking these pills. And if I do, and I do notice it's a pretty big difference from taking them on an empty stomach versus a full stomach, especially if you got a lot of protein, which of course I'm consuming a lot of protein. So the morning's easy, but boy, the afternoon and afternoon and evening are just ugh, it's a pain.
Yeah.
So
That.
welcome to episode 14 of Wheels and Shaky podcast, the scheduling nightmare that is medicine and food. All right, fine, I'll stop. Um, did I lose you?
You did
No,
for a brief moment.
oh, there you are. Okay, yeah, I was like, okay, got it. Yeah, it's
And
um,
in closing,
and in
things
closing,
up.
yes, in closing things up. So no, I think we're good. Let's take. So all we need to do now is just put the lid. We're gonna take this episode. We're gonna put the lid back on it.
Seal it up tight.
We'll put it. We're gonna put it in the jar and put it under the lid, under the cap, under the top, under the screws, under the push pull cap, the nozzle pop, the double button, the disc top cap, the double twisting lock, and the pharmaceutical products dosing bottle cap. We got them all here. You got the whole list. But yeah, so just for those of you who don't have to deal with the things that Wheels and Shaky in this case deal with, man, this is a thing. It's a thing, and I don't know that if there's ever going to be a really good way out of it, but it's a thing. But and no, not look, and no, I'm not looking for. We're not looking for. Oh, what was me? It's none of that crap. It's just, hey, you know what? Give me when you see me sitting there at the counter struggling to get open a Ziploc bag. Well, you know why?
And don't be like Shaky there and just sit back and watch someone for your own amusement.
It depends on who that someone is. If it's you,
Mm,
then no, I'm totally doing it for my own amusement. I would never
that's
do that to
true.
anybody else. You're
And
special.
there are exercises, and that is also for a future episode. There's strengthening, and grip exercises you can do.
I love that you almost
But
said.
these
I love that
these
you almost said
challenges are
gripping.
always going to be there.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. No, it is. It's look. The whole point of this podcast in general is to just sort of, you know, shed some light on what what we deal with. Um,
it's the little
yeah.
things in life.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, and then we will wrap this up. Just because, so the other thing, because of what started this whole podcast, was our visits to stadiums. Camden Yards, Baltimore Orioles home stadium was there Sunday for the first time, and I give it very high marks on its accessibility.
Good.
Lots of ramps, bathrooms are easy, and nice spaces for the seating. Nice, really well thought out spaces for the seating.
Good.
So yeah, and it's really a beautiful stadium. The only problem is that it's in Baltimore, but it was a gorgeous stadium, and it was a really fun time. I owe one Ed Graven a big thank you and for everything for that day.
Thank you, Ed. I'm glad you had a good
Ed's man.
experience.
And also a thank you to Joe for driving.
Thanks, Joe and Ed.
But
So one experience down, and get ready for your next experience.
Yeah, the next experience, the big trip, and then we got to find some more. We got to get some more stadiums on the list.
We will.
More stadiums on the list.
Absolutely. I'm getting stronger. I'm recovering. Actually, my kids remarked today about how much stronger and better I'm getting.
Nice.
And I will be ready to get out and go very, very soon. Which you need to get out and get ready to go.
I know. I'm out.
Your beautiful, beautiful island, far, far away.
Yep. All right. So Wheels and Shaky, that wraps up 13. That wraps up. That puts a lid on this whole thing. See what I did there? And nice. Don't forget the hiatus. You will not see a new episode from us for, I'm going to say 3 weeks ish. And that's okay, because we all need a break. And Wheels needs a break. Shaky needs a break. And you all need a break from us. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Or so I'm told. So, any final words of wisdom?
Nothing at all. Just that any suggestions, always appreciated because there's always great ideas.
That's right. And where do those suggestions go? To the
You
email.
have it.
To the email. Wheels@wheelsandshaky.com. Shaky@wheelsandshaky.com. Assuming that's up and working. It should be. Check us out. Check out the Wheels and Shaky podcast. If you want to see the video of this, if you want to actually gaze upon our beauty, you can do that on YouTube, Wheels and Shaky, and of course, download it, like it, subscribe it, follow it, love it. Do all those things that we need you to do to keep us moving. Open to suggestions, if open to sponsors, open to anything really, donations, open to whatever you got. Other than that, be well, be cool, take care of people, and take care of yourselves. We're out. Later.